Alrighty, hey everyone, it's Madman. Calling this January 2016 MotoVlog because I really should do more, and I tend not to talk too much on the bike. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and New Year. 2015 was good to you, kicking off for 2016. But yeah, obviously motovlogging may be coming an end of an era, I suppose, in the sense of cameras on helmets, or action cameras on motorcycle helmets, or helmets in general. Obviously last year we saw a few different cases in different states where people were fined for having them on their helmet. Some of the fines, or what they were fined for, were quite expensive, up around $300–400 for the fine, but it's actually what they were fined for that's interesting, that has started to have people, you know, taking these matters to court. But one of the riders was fined for not wearing a helmet. Now, obviously he had a helmet on, he had a camera attached to it, but the actual fine, the wording of the fine, you know, written on the ticket, was not wearing a helmet. You got to dig deeper to actually work out what the ticket's actually saying. I suppose I'll break it down for you on what police are doing, in particular Highway Patrol, who tend to be the ones that are implementing these so-called action camera fines. But as a helmet itself, it obviously needs to meet certain design rules and safety rules to be sold in New South Wales. Other states obviously need the same / similar rules. At the moment we're going through a change, because if you're in Queensland you may buy a helmet that has a certain approval on it. You decide to travel to Melbourne, now you travel through New South Wales, you're pulled over and your helmet doesn't have the appropriate sticker on it, therefore you cop a fine. You get to Melbourne, it needs to have a different sticker on it, you cop another fine. You can go through 3 different states and get 3 different helmets that are all actually the same but just need a different sticker, and obviously if your helmet doesn't have that sticker you can be fined. As a manufacturer it needs to meet those standards, and as a retail or distributor of those helmets in a retail sector, you have to abide by certain rules with the helmets. Obviously the helmets can't be modified, they can't be drilled, they can't be cut, they must obviously have a sticker on it, and so forth. Everything has to be approved. Oh, there's another rule that does imply as well, you supposedly can't have anything protruding from the camera that's more than 5mm, I do believe, or 5, yeah, like it's not, maybe, yeah, it's pretty small. Like you can't, obviously the helmet needs to be streamlined. So what they're saying is yeah, from a manufacturer and also a retail point of view, it has to meet those standards. Now under the Freedom of Information Act, like I should be able to find those standards, and one of the guys that had been fined last year, he went to look for the let's say Australian design rules, or the you know, approval for that helmet to be released in Australia, and he could not find it. He finally did track it down through a leasing agency, which said, we're happy to give you that information, but it's going to cost you $90. Now obviously under Freedom of Information, if you're going to fine me for it and I can't, you know, freely get that information somewhere, then how can I be fined for it? I think that one may have been dropped because yeah, the police were quite embarrassed by the situation on how they did it. But then there was a guy that did get the fine in New South Wales. Yeah, cheers bro, thanks mate. See, too busy talking. Now I'll get back on my story. Got distracted, indicator on, the whole lot. But anyway, I've got mine obviously on the side of my helmet, which I've been waiting for a Highway Patrol to pull me over. I'm not too worried about beat cops, they're usually pretty cool, but Highway Patrol, they're just out there, they're designed to pretty much make money. There's been some interesting sort of information I've read today about people who do rock climbing and so forth having cameras on their helmets, and a man, I think, may have sustained injury, may have passed away due to an injury while rock climbing. There was an investigation into his death, and one of the factors were that possibly the camera impacted on the injuries he sustained. But there has been a UK study into the camera itself being attached to the helmet. Who have I got coming up here? Doesn't sound like. They're actually done the impact testing and so forth, and said that in some cases, or in 70% of the cases, the camera took most of the impact before breaking off or whatever it may be. So it's actually come forward that having a camera on doesn't hinder the structural integrity or the impact point of the helmet. It actually it absorbs the impact as well. In saying that, I did watch a video, and it might have been in Melbourne. I don't even know what video it was, so just randomly watching on YouTube. And a rider got pulled over by Highway Patrol, unmarked, I believe, something like that. And you know, the coppers were nice. They weren't being pricks about it. They're like, look, mate, you know, you got the helmet on. If you had it on your bike, it'd be different. You guys want to ride around, obviously, get a better view, get a better point of view, and stuff like that. And she understood all that, this police officer. But they said that yeah, the camera weakens the point, and it messes with the integrity, because if you get hit in that point, all that energy is being driven into the mount, like the sticky mount. Like, you can't drill holes in your helmet, full stop. Suction cups and double-sided tape should be fine. There's a bit of a problem with certain glues because different things that could eat the plastic, but they have to be a helmet. They have to sustain like grime and grit and dirt out on the road. So to me, I do believe that that's kind of a bit of BS, but I'm obviously putting a camera on and chatting away, which coppers might think, you know, it's a bit of a dick move because they don't like it, but you know, it's safety. People react different when I've got my camera on. They, you know, they slow down, they let you in, they're apologetic. If I was to have that taken off, I think it's a danger not to have it. If I got pulled over, I'd probably get a bit shirty and definitely bring to the point that, you know, what am I being fined for? It's a helmet. If I take it off, you know, it's you wouldn't even notice that I had the bracket on. You just wouldn't pull me over. Obviously, the camera sticks out. But also, you know, make a point of, well, if you're going to fine me because it could take most of the blow and weaken the integrity of the helmet, then show me the study, show me the proof, fine me for that, take me to court on that. Because it just seems like a real dick move by police to do that, like, you know, fining people, because they kind of are until something's done about the helmets. It's like, let's get them for it before we, you know, we can't or can or whatever it might be. Some people are being warned, but others are being fined straight up. But I want to see study. I want to see more into it. Like, if we're just getting fined because the cops, you know, are exploiting a loophole, or maybe a hazy sort of area of law, then it's a dick move, because it's safety. And in the end, like, they've got cameras in their cars, right? And that's great. Obviously, you know, if that camera is anywhere inside that window, that's obstructing their view. You're not allowed to hang stuff from the rear vision mirror. You're not allowed to obstruct the driver's view from inside the cab. So why don't we have, like, people being pulled over for their dash cams in their cars? So, you know, there is certain things that I think are an absolute balls, and we're just getting hit for them because we're a target. Motorcycle police officers, they've got cameras on their bikes, and they've also got Bluetooth intercoms. So now we really start to get damn hypocritical, because if it is about the glue, then show me what glue you're using, because I want to be safe and I want to document stuff on the road, because it's becoming you know, red light runners and U-turns at lights, and people just generally being dicks on the road, like just on the rise. I don't know what it is. I think having a camera on makes people accountable. Final notes on it is that, you know, in New South Wales especially, if you've got a motorcycle camera or you've got a helmet on your let's start that again. If you've got a camera on your helmet and you're on your motorcycle and you get pulled over, there's a high chance you're going to be fined for it. You know, you should fight it. You should take it to court, because you are entitled to your day in court if you think you've wrongly been fined or accused of something. All right, people, that's enough on helmet cameras. I'm going to sit here in the sun and wait for people to pull up in this one-way area now. So yeah, stay safe, be cool, ride hard, peace.